I want you to think about something, and I want you to think about something real good, and I really want you to have a clear picture in your head when you answer this question. What do you think outdoor smells like? I I'm kind of just imagining like a heady funk of pig and human pig and maybe some poo and maybe a lot of fire and ale. And all of that just kind of like in like a big pile. And I'm kind of imagining that's what outdoor smells like. Anyway, how are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well today. It's me, Katerina. You're one of various Knights of the Blazing Sun who stands out in the street and screams about things. You know, kind of like a crazy homeless lady, but not. And I just want to show you this. Look at all the gold I got. So what I ended up doing was I had just a bunch of characters that I hadn't played in ages, and I was just kind of going like, am I ever gonna go back to any of these characters? Do I really feel like it? And I was also thinking, well, with at least a few of them, turns out not all of them, but with several of them, it was like I kind of leveled them up wrong. One of them I kind of leveled up correctly. That was like there was like one, and then there were a bunch that I just kind of didn't really level them up in the way I should have leveled them up. And I think that is not necessarily the greatest. So I was just like, you know what, screw it. I want to start over. I want to start over with a bunch of characters. I want to make a new Yamina. I want to make a new Yamina so that I can level her up properly, talk about her story and things like that. So what I did was I went to Yamina. I sold off everything I had on her that had any value that I hadn't sent to other characters or whatever. I got all of her money. I tried to buy some like armor and equipment for the new Yamina, but apparently you can't transfer like the recruit emblem stuff, or at least it seemed like I couldn't. Like once I purchased it, which I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. But whatever. So I oh hey, how you doing? Just hanging out here, just being menacing. I'm having a bad day. You look like you are. But and so I got all this money off of her. I wish I could have given I wish I could have given my other characters the recruit emblems, but they won't let me send them. So it's like okay. Anyway, so I did that with a bunch of characters. The only other character I currently have on here is the Archmage, and I've made a new Yamina, and I'm gonna divvy up some of the money and figure out where I want to go and what I don't want to do. And I've also played a bunch of different classes, and what I've realized is that there are a couple of classes that I really like, and several classes that I just do not care for. And I'm still kind of trying to find a good dwarf class that I actually enjoy playing. So I don't know. I'm probably going to spend at least a little bit of time trying to get a new dwarf character going because you know I really like dwarves and stuff like that. But you know that was just a little bit of something I was going to talk about today. And then another thing I was going to talk about today was, you know, it is so nice to be on Ulthuan. Did you know that Ulthuan is not actually like an island? It's like being like lifted up and like levitated up by like the magical vortex. So like without the magical vortex, oh, this would just collapse into the sea. And I think that's pretty neat. And I mean, you got some really neat creatures and stuff like this. I mean, these trees are cool. I mean, scorpions are cool. I suppose if I could make a friend of a scorpion, I totally would. I don't know if a scorpion can quite get to the point where it understands friendship, but I'd like to believe that with an intelligent enough scorpion, you could teach it to understand like the idea of being friends with you. That's what I like to believe. That's what I like to believe. But yeah, it's also been pretty interesting just messing around, and I really have been enjoying Katarina. Katarina's great. Haven't done too much more leveling up with her yet. I have a bunch of different games that I'm playing and recording and doing all kinds of stuff, and um, I guess you would say that this is one of the games that I really just like to relax and play. I mean, I like all the games I play and record, but like some of them are more like I play them mostly when I record, and then others are like games I play just because like bolt gun I play, you know, whenever, because I enjoy bolt gun, and I've been trying to get all of the levels complete with on Exterminatus and get all the secrets and get all that different stuff taken care of. So yeah, that's been pretty cool and been enjoying that. I have also been like coming up with plans for different things I want to do. And you know, something that I think is pretty neat is the more I've come to understand Warhammer Online and how you really are supposed to play it. It's like, especially like the tank Yamina was the first character I played where I'm like, oh, I get what I'm doing. I like oh, I need to use for see these. I need to use my little resolve gather things. They're actually called aura, but I kind of like calling them the resolve gather things because that's funny. But, you know, you need to do that. You need to have your little scary glowing sun coming out of you. Isn't it nice to have the glowing sun? You know, that's another thing that's really cool on the tabletop for the Knights of the Blazing Sun. When they charge at people, they blind them, and I always think that's kind of cool because, like, you know, that they have like the blazing sun, and it's it's been neat. Like kind of figuring out more and more how to play and level up and like what I'm actually supposed to be doing with certain classes and how like certain classes I'll try them out and I'll just be like I don't really know if I like this. For instance, you know, I really like being a healer in lots of different games. Like I like being a support character in like first person shooters and like you know, RPGs. I have found though that I feel like I'm not very good at healing in this game in particular. I've been playing a little bit of my El Goblino de Education Especial. That's special education goblin. I can't remember where, no, I think I heard that like during a video or yeah, I don't know, it was a while ago. Anyway, but like I was trying to heal and trying to like focus and figure out like how to heal and how to maintain properly, and I'm doing that with my disciple Caine and all this other stuff. And this might sound weird, but I feel like I have a harder time being a good healer in this game in particular, and I'm not 100% sure what it is. Like, I mean, obviously, like, you know, Overwatch is a little different, just, but like, you know, in Overwatch, I got it. I can heal perfectly fine. In Final Fantasy 14, when I played that, I was a pretty good healer and was always keeping people alive and keeping up. Something about this game makes it hard, and part of it is like the targeting. I don't know, like what exactly it is, but there's something about like whenever I'm trying to target people, I feel like I'm like not quite getting it quite the way I should. Hello, War Mage. You look slightly. What's going on with your staff there, my friend? That would look so much better. Just pop it out just like a little bit, because when you do that like that on the side, it looks so weird. But hey, you know, ancient craftsmanship, blah 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 blah. You do that. What kind of trinkets you got? Can I have this? No? Okay. Imagine you finally earned your way to come onto Ulthuan, and then you're just like walking around going, "Can I have this?" Okay. I have money. You could give me a fine elven courtesan to follow me home, and she would be like, what do you want me to do for you?" And I would be like, can you do a little dance and teach me how to do it too?" And then we could dance together. I think that would be a great way to spend our time. Look, man, this world's gonna end anyway. Why not dance? It's pretty out here, but it's also very dark and spooky. Maybe the darkness and the spookiness adds to the prettiness. You know, like it kind of like how like people like goth ladies. So maybe there's something about like the darkness of the goth lady that adds to the pretty. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure you do. But yes, I've been playing some and been trying to get like more. I've been trying to get better at being a healer. But part of what it is that, and I'm probably just dumb because I haven't actually looked at the controls. But I noticed like the last couple times, what the problem seemed to be very specifically was that I couldn't switch targets between people I was trying to heal fast enough. And I'm sure there's just a button for that, and I'm just dumb. I'm sure that's what that is. Maybe if somebody who plays the game sees this, they can tell me what the button is, and I can try to actually be a better healer. If, in a small group, I'm fine, and once I get your auras, it's fine. But early on, I have a hard time like targeting people fast enough, especially like in the midst of like enemies. Like if there's a big group of enemies around, I keep accidentally clicking on the enemies instead if I have to click or something like that. Because I mean, I know you can switch targets with tab, but it seems like tab just does enemies. I don't know. This is probably the most traditional MMO I actually play, and it's mostly once again because it's Warhammer, and it's got some good elements. It's got some good PvP elements and stuff like that, and I like it a lot. So that's good. But yeah, I don't find like I have that issue in Final Fantasy 14. And once again, I'm probably just being silly Billy or something like that. I'm probably just being kind of dumb, which is fine. Um, but I do find that I greatly enjoy being a tank in this game. Like just being a tank is just a lot of fun. Uh, I haven't been a tank in Final Fantasy 14 in a while. I haven't played Final Fantasy 14 in a while, but I think I might revisit it and just kind of compare it and see what part of the two experiences like I like more in one another. I mean, in this one, a lot of what it is that I love Warhammer, and pretty much anything with Warhammer in it, even if it's not a great game, I tend to just enjoy more just because Warhammer is for one reason or another one of those series that I always revisit and that I always enjoy. Um, and some parts of it I enjoy less than others, obviously. In Final Fantasy 14, I don't know. I just like the story always felt very kind of anime to me. And by anime, I mean like shonen, maybe a little. Shonen probably isn't even the right category. But there's something about like the way the characters interact and stuff like that that kind of always feels a little off. Or well, to be fair, I haven't played it in a while, so it might not feel as off to me now. But back in the day, it felt more off to me. This game is also free, and that one costs money. Um, Although I have one of the expansions which would let me play as a bunny lady. So I guess I could be a bunny lady. Bunnies are neat. We have all kinds of bunnies out here. They like to run around. Actually, it's kind of funny. They're not really scared of people no more. You can walk right up to some of them. Can't quite pet them, but some of them you can get diggity darn close to petting them. Know what I mean, Jimmy Dean? Yeah, I greatly enjoy running around and trying to figure out how to play. And the thing is funny is that sometimes people say to me, "Oh, you should play WoW." I'm like, mm-mm. Because from my understanding, this and WoW are apparently fairly similar, or at least the way they play is very similar. And this one I'm willing to forgive some of the things I don't understand, and I'm willing to try more because A, it's free, and B, it's Warhammer. So those two things together make me more willing to play it. And I also have a bit of nostalgia for this game. This is like one of the first MMOs I ever played, and I got to level 40 as an Iron Breaker, but I did it completely wrong. So like, I was level 40, but then I didn't really have a great understanding of RVR combat, and I just kept getting killed, and it was a whole thing. I don't even. I'm sure if I went back and I could actually see what I was doing, I could tell you why it was so bad now. But I don't know. I was younger and silly cat. It's a little cat. Yeah. But that's kind of a weird way to put your hands, man. Why do you guys have like bookshelves just like out here? I mean, I guess if you made them with the right wood, I guess the rain and stuff wouldn't be a problem. Or you, I guess maybe they're just moving stuff around right now. Or maybe they just always keep a bookshelf out there. What are you looking at? I'm looking at your fancy boots. Them's is some fancy boots, sir. Why do these elves look kind of like upset? You see, like they get kind of. No, he looks just placid. Almost looks like a vampire. She doesn't look super upset. What is this? Maybe a little, okay, maybe a little. I don't know. When I was remaking Yamina, I was trying very hard to get like a smile, and it just seemed like I just could not really get a smile. Like on her face, every face is very serious, and I'm just like, but part of the fun of Warhammer is that it's a dummy game full of dummy things. It's very silly. Oh, but that's not what people enjoy in their Warhammer. But yeah, so I've been trying to spread out and try different classes and try different things. Uh, Part of it too is that I just really like the Empire. So I want to play Empire, but like I don't really enjoy Bright Wizard very much, and I don't really like Witch Hunter. I was failing to think of the name of it for a second. I could just make a bunch of different Knights of the Blazing Sun and give them all different stories. I've considered doing that. I mean, I guess there's no reason I couldn't do that. Because I kind of want, because I have this lady, Katerina, I have Yamina now that I'm gonna level up, but I could also make a guy, and then they could just like just have different stories for each of them. That could be fun. Yeah, I might do that actually. That could be fun. Hey, look, a little birdie. Hello, little birdie. Are you having a good day, little bird? It seems like you're just chilling. That's good. I'm glad you could chill. But yeah, I think I might do that for a bit. That just seems like it would be kind of like fun to you don't look like a metal lady. Because Siobhan's the metal one. Oh, look at that metal. But yeah. And another thing I've been thinking about doing is I kind of want to do a playthrough of Elden Ring, and I already got a playthrough of Dark Souls going. So what I kind of think I'm going to do is do a bit of both and just kind of switch back and forth between the two of them. And like Dark Souls is a game that I've played enough that I really know what I'm doing, and it's really easy for me to figure out where to go, what I'm doing, all that other stuff. Elden Ring, I feel like I've played a lot and I enjoy it, but I would not call myself like an expert in Elden Ring. I don't know if I'd really call myself an expert in Dark Souls. I feel like an expert sometimes with how much I played it, but like I know my builds, the builds I've used, and I know those very well. But I'm sure if you asked me to make like a sorcerer build, I'd probably know what to do, but would still be like a little bit out of it for like Dark Souls. And Elden Ring, I've tried a few different builds, but they've all kind of almost always ended up just becoming like paladin/cleric builds, which is fun, and I enjoy that. But I kind of want to expand out, and I want to do like a just my idea for the Elden Ring playthrough is more like I would give myself just a couple of items, but I would do it based on a backstory and like would make it like a character. Like and I would try to make it not like super powerful items, but like maybe like a sword they don't get till like later on. Like I was thinking like a noble slender sword just because I like that sword a lot, and like maybe like a hat or something, like depending on what exactly I wanted to make. And I kind of have an idea of like this character who is like kind of like an official cleric of the priest of like the Erd Tree priesthood, the stuff of the Golden Order or something like that. And then like they kind of discovered the power of beasts, or maybe they found that like there was something more true to like the path of beasts and like the nature of beasts, and like they're kind of exploring that, but they're kind of like an outcast now. And maybe I would make it so they have like a sword, or maybe not even give them the starter sword, but just like give them like two talismans. Although I think that the only problem with that is I think the Talisman of Beasts, which is the one I want to give, I think that's like a higher level one that you have to like work really hard to get. So I don't know if that's really. It seems like that might mess with the playthrough more to do that. I don't know, but that's just kind of what I've been thinking about lately. And I've also been kind of thinking about like making a Night of the Blazing Sun that is like all about great weapons and things like that. I also want to make a Sword Master of Hoeth because I haven't made one of those yet. Maybe try that out. And I'm also going to make a new White Lion. And then there's some other stuff I'm going to be doing. But yeah, if you know how to switch targets as a healer to make it so I'm targeting friendly, I'm sure it's like I said, just a button or something. Don't you boop boop doop and me. But I think it's probably just a button or something I need to press. But yeah, I've been really enjoying just messing around. Um, I find that I think I like making new characters because I just like the beginning areas a lot in this, and a lot of the some of the later areas I just don't. Especially the later areas in the Empire, I find I just don't. I don't know. They just don't speak to me very much. The later areas in the dwarf areas are. It kind of depends. The later areas in high elves are actually pretty cool though. I like those with the big forests and things like that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm thinking about trying to Claymore build. Although I've heard that the sword and shield is just to well, I mean, for being a tank, obviously, it's just generally a better pick. But if I go as a sword master of Hoeth, I want to go with the great sword because that is the traditional build for that, and I would enjoy embracing the high elf lore. But anyway, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed listening to me babble about some different plans and things like that. And I hope that you all have an absolutely wonderful day. And remember, I love you, and God loves you, and Makali loves you. And hey, have a great day. And wait, oh, wait. Oh, there we go. Okay, bye. Love you. Bye. Bye. Love you. Bye.